Hi everyone, what's up? It's Joshua here from Alternative Brewing, and today we're going to be taking a look at the HeyCafe H1 Coffee Grinder. Now the HeyCafe H1 sits within a very special niche in the grinding market, and thanks to a very precise digital feedback on the grinding mechanism, it does have the capacity to grind for all brewing methods, offering a simple and accurate repeatability of these grind sizes. Now it suits a cafe because of its slim footprint and productivity, but equally attractive on its affordability for the real home coffee enthusiast. The HeyCafe H1 does come in several different colors, including the silver that you see here. It has a solid aluminium body weighing in at 6.5 kilograms and comes with a full toolkit for cleaning and maintenance. If you are wanting to shop the H1 or check out the full range of HeyCafe grinders, you can buy them by following this link up above. And stay with me now to see how the H1 stacks up for grinding performance. Starting from the top, the capacity to the H1's hopper is 380 grams. You have a shutoff valve to the hopper, which comes in handy to remove your beans back into a bag and keep them fresh for longer, but also equally good for single dosing your coffee, and then that way you allow those burrs to begin turning before opening up the chute to grind your dose out. The HeyCafe H1 uses 64mm stainless steel flat burrs, and these are a very common set of burrs that are easily obtained when you need to replace them. Now, large flat burrs like this do produce very good grind size consistencies, and the H1 didn't disappoint here. This consistency in the grind size is often a major contribution to an even extraction that results in coffee that is well balanced, sweet, and usually floral. Moreover, the 250-watt belt-driven motor was surprisingly fast, and along with the belt-driven motor being isolated, fins around the outside of the grinds chamber help distribute heat away from the grinds during use. And the grinding speeds on the H1 were around 2.5 to 3 grams a second at those finer grind settings. So a stepless grinder, the H1 has a full range of grind settings available to it. And to change the grind, from the very helpful illustrations on the front of the grinder to the LC digital display that counts up in decimal places, you'll be adjusting the bottom burrs up or down very easily by the twist of the adjustment knob found on the right hand side of the grinder. And you'll notice there is an F that's displayed when you are adjusting it finer, and then a C will be displayed as you're adjusting it coarser. The grinder also has an additional battery supply to track any adjustments of that grind setting when the grinder is turned off. And to add a quick note here, I do wish that the H1 had an ability to time the grinding output, as for an efficient espresso service in a cafe at least, you would require to not have to start and stop the grinder yourself. So from that perspective, I do believe the H1 is going to be more effective as a single dosing grinder. And luckily the H1 will be able to grind for any brew methods. With that extra wide range of grind size adjustments, you will be able to grind for Turkish coffee, espresso, mocha pot, aeropress, manual pour overs like the V60 and Chemex, automatic batch brews like the Mocha Master, up to French press and cold brewing. Now it's always at those coarser settings that you start to see a lot of chaff in your grinds, and usually this has a habit of getting everywhere or even blocking up the chute. Now the H1's vertical grind chute does have some advantages here, and although you do still find chaff getting about the place, that direct grinding path straight out of the burrs and into the chute does keep that retention of grinds in the chute close to zero, and you can give it a quick flick or even open up the top of the chute to clean it out as required. Now to begin grinding coffee, once the H1 is turned on, you activate that grinder by either pressing the button set at the back of the portafilter forks, or from the button that seconds as an operating light on the top left-hand side of the grinder next to the hopper. And not being a huge fan of the looks of the H1, I do love that portafilter support and the cup tray that they've gone with. And although it's a little bit niggly to adjust, you can move this up or down by 15 centimeters to use it either as a hands-free on-demand grinding straight into your portafilter for espresso brewing, or by using that removable tray, you can rest pretty much any brew method on this, up to dosing cups or even coffee bags under the chute for clean, direct, efficient grinding. And there's a removable grinds catcher at the bottom to keep things orderly at the end of the day. And carrying out cleaning and maintenance duties on the H1 grinder are relatively easy knowing that you have all the right tools. Gaining access to the burr set is underneath the hopper, and with a few screws removed, make sure that you vacuum out and brush down the grinds chamber every so often to keep it clear of powder and those fines from building up on the burr set. And that's the HeyCafe H1 Coffee Grinder for you. Now, it is quite likely that you've never heard of HeyCafe grinders before, and well, they don't really get the same worldwide exposure that the rest of the grinders do. I'm talking about the likes of Malkonig, Ditting, and Anthem grinders, which are the cream of the crop, but what they all do have in common is they all fall under the same parent company, that is Hemro. Hemro are backed by a wealth of knowledge and are dedicated to the development of outstanding grinding solutions, such as the obvious case with the other brands I've just mentioned. The HeyCafe H1 Coffee Grinder is a versatile grinder that in the right environment would do very well to produce delicious coffee and grind consistently for reliable results. So if you have any questions on the H1, then throw them in the comment section down below and we'll get straight back to you. Don't forget to hit that little bell icon on your screen, and that way you stay notified when we bring out new videos just like this every week. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.